Hey, what's up, everyone? I know it's been a while since patch 1.2 has been released. I've been kind of busy with IRL stuff, so this is kind of a late upload, I guess. But, anyways, today we're going to be talking about the changes, not just the tanks, but also some changes that indirectly buff tanks. Let's get right to it. Now, for direct changes to tanks, first let's cover its inner ways. Exquisite scenery. This Innerway used to give max HP and physical defense as its passives, which was okay. It was a good stat for tanks since you're taking a beating most of the time, but in my opinion, the current stats that it gives just gives you more value than just defenses alone. Sure, you feel a little bit squishier, but since you have virtually unlimited health shields anyway, I think it's a very good trade. Now, this Innerway now gives you crit rate and crit damage, which is very big for the Moblade since it's a crit-based build. But the biggest change that this Innerway had was the new passive where when your enemy gets exhausted in the middle of your charge heavy combo, you can spam the heavy slam 2 more times. Now, I want to state that you need Battle Will for you to spam this passive, so that's why pairing Moblade with the Stormbreaker is very good. We'll also talk about Stormbreaker changes in a bit, so bear with me. Some changes to Stone Split Innerways as well, like the Art of Resistance. It changed the passive from crit rate to Stone Split attack. I guess they just transferred the crit passives to the Scenery Innerway, so it's okay. And since you always want this Innerway in your tank build, more Stone Split damage is always welcome. They also changed Rock Solid Innerway. It used to give Stone Split attack, but now it's more HP, which makes more sense, I guess, since it's an Innerway for taunting. So you could say it's really built for tanking, and more HP just give you more value for its function. Now, let's talk about how they changed Stormbreaker. This change actually just upgraded how tanks work overall, in my opinion, just because your damage rotation for PvE is now faster, and for PvP, it's not really noticeable since 1v1s don't really allow you to spam heavy attack, because why would your enemy just stand there, right? But maybe for large scale it's a different story, but I guess we'll see in the coming days. But we'll talk about PvP later. So basically, they buffed Stormbreaker by adding Drumbeat on your Storm Roar. That's the Q ability, or the martial art ability. So basically, after you cast this ability, you can just swap to your Moblade and pop Breakthrough. If you don't know already, Breakthrough adds 30% more damage to your charge attacks and removes their endurance cost. So this is just something that amps up your Moblade's effectiveness. I know it's just one upgrade to one skill, but because of this change, it just changed how your damage rotation works. Before, you had to charge heavy with a spear before swapping, so it took a little bit more time to ramp up damage, but now it's just way quicker. Okay, let's cover the arena changes that indirectly buff tanks. First, they limited the arrow capacity to 20 arrows per match, so those matchups where people just run around and shoot you with a bow and run out the timer can't really abuse it anymore. So they are more inclined to fight you, which is that is a good thing for tanks. But this is not to say that there are no matchups that will still run around and just poke you with their nameless swords or fan or whatever. So bear that in mind. Some people are just patient enough to do that. The other change is the counter-attack changes. Before, the counter was parryable, so I didn't really like running Exquisite Scenery because people could just parry the heavy counter on react. But now, I am actually losing more games because I have just way too much fun just trying to bait out or you're trying to use my counter. And I just keep on getting Yakshad or Talon Strike out of my guard. So most of the time it doesn't work, but when it does, it is satisfying as shit. So it just feels worth if when that happens. Like even the loss doesn't matter anymore as long as I hit you with a full counter. I just feel like it's worth. But seriously though, The counterattack changes is a big buff to tanks since people are now required to dodge it rather than just parrying on react. So the scenery inner way is just is stronger now. So if you're thinking of trying out to be a tank, now is the best time because these changes are just mahusive. Also, just throwing it out there, if you are from Southeast Asia and looking for a PvP or GVG guild, you can shoot me a DM because right now we are recruiting players who are PvP centered and more players are welcome. You don't have to be necessarily professional level of talent to join our guild. Uh, just basic knowledge and a willing to learn attitude, and of course, with a sense of community, is always welcome. So don't be shy. Send me a message or just maybe comment down below, and I'll try to reach out to you. And that's all. That's all from me today. I'm very excited for the upcoming GVG content. It's the content that I've been waiting for from Where Winds Meet. I hope it's going to be really fun, and while I expect it to be laggy, I really, really pray that it's not unplayable levels of lag like how New World was on launch, because that's gonna be a huge turnoff. But again, we will see. Anyways, I'll see you guys around. If you like this video, and I really hope you did, leave a like and subscribe. And if you think I missed anything, please do not hesitate to let me know down in the comments. And again, that's it. I'll see you guys on the next one.